Hey everyone. Today, I want to share a story about change. A story about how sometimes the strictest rules don't always lead to the best outcomes. If you've ever lived in a neighborhood with a homeowners association, an HOA, then you'll get what I'm talking about. Those groups that decide what color your front door can be, how many cars you can park, or even if your kid's bicycle can stay outside overnight. Sounds a bit like neighborhood police, right? When I first moved into this particular neighborhood, the HOA was strict, maybe even too strict. The rules? Oh, they were ironclad. If your front door wasn't a specific shade, you got a violation notice. Kids leaving bikes outside overnight? Not allowed. And parking? Limited to a certain number of cars per driveway. It looked perfect, almost like a postcard. The lawns were neat, the houses matched, and property values stayed strong. But the vibe? It was tense. People seemed more worried about breaking the rules than actually enjoying their homes. Neighborhood events were rare and hardly anyone showed up. It felt like everyone was watching each other, waiting for someone to slip up. Then something interesting happened. Some residents, the ones connected with certain financial troubles, started selling their homes, and fast. Within about a year, a bunch of houses changed hands. And with those changes, well, the whole neighborhood began to shift. Suddenly, those strict rules started to loosen up. Kids left their bicycles outside overnight, and nobody batted an eye. Imagine that. Something so small, but before, it was forbidden. And the cars? Some houses now had 3 cars parked in the driveway, which would have been a violation under the old rules. Even more surprising, some neighbors painted their front doors in bold colors that would have definitely earned warnings before. But this time, nobody complained. At first, people worried this might hurt property values. But guess what? Prices stayed stable. And here's the best part: participation in neighborhood events actually tripled. The neighborhood came alive again. Neighbors started talking, kids played outside, and people sat on their porches, really connecting. On a personal note, I was working on restoring my classic Mustang. Before, that kind of car sitting in the driveway would have definitely raised eyebrows, or worse, complaints. But now, I park my Mustang alongside my daily driver and truck, and no one says a word. That's a small victory, sure, but to me, it means so much more. It shows the neighborhood became a place where people respected each other's choices, not just followed rules blindly. So what's the takeaway here? Sometimes strict rules keep things orderly, but they can also choke the life out of a community. Letting go a little, trusting people, and allowing them freedom, that's what brings a neighborhood to life. If you're living somewhere with a million rules, imagine what would happen if people focused more on connection and less on control. Because at the end of the day, a neighborhood isn't just houses or lawns. It's about people sharing their lives, moments, and building a home together. Thanks so much for listening to this story.